Hi, I'm Kelly.
And I'm Deborah.
And together with Two Gals Travel Tips. Today we're talking about questions or, some suggestions. And we're going to do several little clips to make them very manageable and easy. And you only have to watch what you're interested in. And one of the questions we got was are you allowed to bring your own food on a plane? And the answer is yes. So if you're a finicky eater, if you have special dietary requirements, if you're on a budget airline and you don't want to pay for food, stop at Subway and bring, whatever on the plane with you. The liquid is a little bit of an issue. You can, buy a soda in the airport and bring it on the plane. One word of caution with this is that's fine when you're leaving the U.S., but when you're re-entering the U.S., the liquid thing is an issue. So you think that once you're in the airport, you're safe, right? So you've gone through security and you've gotten to the gate and you're going to get a cup of coffee or a soda. And then there's a second security check and they make you dump it out. I recently traveled I was coming from Kenya, and I was flying through Qatar, and we had an overnight. And we'll do a focused video on this, but we slept at the airport hotel, and got up and then grabbed a cup of coffee. So we never left the airport. Grabbed a cup of coffee. The coffee was hotter than the sun. I don't know how they made it so hot. So it was even hard to hold, right? So we didn't have a lot of time for the plane. So we're sitting there and they wouldn't let us go through the second security check with the coffee that I literally bought like across. And there's no way I could just drink it because it was altogether too hot. So it was a $7 cup of coffee because Qatar is expensive in the trash. Yeah. So that's like kind of frustrating. Like I feel like in other places they should have signs up. The first time this happened to me was in South Africa, and I had no idea that could even happen. And so just be aware of that. If you're coming back to the U.S. and there is a second security, then you may, lose your purchase.
Yeah, that happened to me in Senegal, coming from West Africa into the United States. I bought my son in the airport at the sundry shop right across from where I was going to board the airplane. And it had, a different labeling on the Coca-Cola, and he likes to collect those from around the world. So I thought, I bought it for him. It hasn't even been opened, and they made me dump it out and get every drop out of it. And I wasn't happy about it. And I kept questioning, I just bought it in the airport. It doesn't make any sense to us, but we understand. So that's what we ended up having to do. But kind of going back to, bringing food on a plane. Just also be cognizant of what you're bringing on from smells or aromas. You don't know how somebody might react next to you, so just be a good seatmate.
Don't be that person.
Don't be that person at all. And when people are nervous or anxious about flying, their stomachs might be a little bit more upset and sensitive, and smelling these kinds of weird odors, or having them hang out in a plane for 6 hours is a lot, So, but you can bring your own food. Outside of the U.S., you probably can't bring any liquids, but you do it.